Abandonment wound is first experienced in your childhood when you feel neglected, pushed away, or abandoned in any way mentally, emotionally, or physically by your primary caregivers. So, when you feel pushed away and abandoned in this way, you start to question your self worth, you start to doubt yourself, and when you feel pushed away by those that you want to feel loved by, you start to develop a deep sense of shame. And when you have this deep sense of existential shame within you, your internal dialogue goes something like, Mom and Dad abandoned me because there is something wrong with me, because I'm a bad kid, because that is what I deserve. And this deep sense of existential shame, this lack of self worth, it festers within you over time, and it starts to show up in your adult relationships in the form of intimacy issues, codependent behaviors, or even narcissism. Because you did not experience that healthy sense of attachment and closeness with someone, you start to be hell lot of afraid in relationships, because you're afraid that the other people are going to abandon you. When you feel like you cannot be loved for who you are, that you're unlovable, you start to lose yourself in relationships by trying to be what other people want you to be and constantly trying to gain their approval, and completely lose your own authentic self because you want to experience that closeness with someone so bad. So you are willing to give up your own authentic self, who you really are, what you truly want, and how you really think, to experience that closeness. But it's not coming from your heart, it's coming from your wounds, it's coming from your trauma. So when you think that you cannot be loved for who you truly are, you try to overcompensate that by completely losing your sense of self in relationships. You end up thinking and believing that you cannot exist without the other person, or they define you, and you tend to become overly attached to them. But it's not coming from a place of love, it's coming from your fear of lack of love. A healthy sense of attachment is experienced when you experience love and closeness and unconditional presence, emotional availability with someone. That creates a sense of safety and trust that makes it okay for differences, distance, space, and individuality to exist at the same time as your connection or love for someone. When you heal, you are going to realize that all your life you've been running in circles trying to fill a well of self worth that was never empty, that you never lacked. And to heal is for you to wake up to the fact that everything that you experienced, everything that others projected onto you, was because of their own issues. You were not the cause of it. It had nothing to do with your value, your worth, your lovability. You need to stop and end this lifelong habit of self-loathing because of someone else's inability to love you properly, to make you feel safe in relationships, for their inability to mirror the love that you are back at you. Just like God, your self-worth cannot be scientifically proved. So you need to stop and end this cycle of constantly looking for things and people and situations to prove that you are worthy, that you deserve love. There was never anything wrong with you. You need to change the narrative from I am unlovable to they didn't know how to love me. And now I claim the love that I deserve and I receive it completely. The reflection of emotional unavailability, abuse, or neglect that you received from others was not an accurate reflection of the love that you deserved. It was not an accurate reflection of how you deserved to be treated. It was not an accurate reflection of the love that you are. If you don't end this cycle of self hate and don't recognize your own worth and value, you'll push people away because of your fear that they are going to push you away. You are going to push away loving people because of your fear that they are going to push you away. You're going to close yourself off from amazing and compassionate beings who will accept and value your true self. So, when you start seeing your own worth and value, you'll start accepting your authentic self more and more. And when you're being your authentic self, you are giving others a chance to see and love the real you. You need to start seeing how lovable you are, and you'll be surprised at how many people actually love the real you and accept the real you and fall in love with your authentic self, with your weird self. You don't even have to try to be something that you are not. So stop going in the direction of people, places, and things that will re traumatize you. When we have unresolved trauma within us, we tend to gravitate towards people, places, and situations that are very similar to our initial trauma. But that's never going to cause real healing within you. When you wake up to your trauma, when you see why you keep attracting the same emotionally unavailable or abusive people, when you look at the root of your trauma, you will be able to see the entire truth of it. And from that place, you need to start becoming more and more discernful, become aware of what you deserve, and start going in the direction of love, start going in the direction of receiving the treatment that you truly deserve. Start going in the direction of people and situations that will reciprocate your love and values back at you. You also need to look in ways that you abandon yourself or other people, the ways in which you are closing yourself off from love, and you need to open your heart to receiving that love, even if it's scary at times. Be your authentic self unapologetically and know that you deserve it all. Infinite love to you and stay blessed. If my content adds value to your life and you like watching my videos, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel because there's so much more amazingness to come. I will see you in the next video.